I had my rough phase to dealing with toxic people, but this story is definitely one of them if you understand what I mean. Your boy is from
Swag like Ohio, down in Ohio.
so already people think we crazy out here, and it only makes the situation even worse. Now let me ask you something, my G. Have you ever had somebody come and mess with your energy? Like I'm talking about y'all was cooling for a bit, you feel me? And then all of a sudden they switch up and make it seem like you're the problem. Like bro, I'm trying to tell y'all that stuff gonna have you tweaking out, boy. Like I'm talking tweaking. Funny because the girl that I'm talking about, I already made a video about her. Which, by the way, link in the description. This girl had your boy looking like a complete goofy because she tried to play with my feelings, but even younger me knew what's up at the time. Story gonna be crazy, so sit back and relax, man. Grab your popcorn and let's get into it. This story happened about 8 years ago when I was still living with my mom and brothers in a different neighborhood. Me and this girl was talking and was basically in a relationship at this point, and we was chopping it up. I'm gonna name her Ashley for the story, and she was pretty chill. Or at least that's what I thought until she switched up on me out of nowhere. But basically some time went by and I'm basically playing catch with my friend Damien. And we chilling when all of a sudden Ashley and her friends came to where we was at. Now her house is pretty close to mine, but it's still a block away, and usually she didn't come around this time, but this was different. When I saw her, I knew something was wrong and she seemed upset, and long story short, she broke up with me for no reason. Well, there was a reason, but I'm gonna get into that later. Now, when I realized she was breaking up with me, I didn't let it faze me. At least not in her face, because I knew that's what she wanted. And as a man, you need to be able to hold frame and stay stoic or it's over. It's gonna be over. So I was just like, okay. And boy, did she not like that answer at all, man. She was like,
so that's all you're gonna say, and don't you even care?
Blah, 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 and all that mess. Obviously, I cared, but I wasn't gonna show her that I did, so I held frame and stayed nonchalant like usual, and eventually she walked away even more upset than when she came. I ain't gonna act like that didn't have me in my feelings, because it did. It did. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I was hurt, but I didn't let nobody know that though. It's crazy. So this guy named Caleb was around the block, and he was basically homies, but also not homies with my little brother. Like basically it was an on and off friendship with them, and he was, well, a big boy for his size. It's gonna matter, trust me. Basically, some time went by and I'm in the backyard playing with my little brothers when out of nowhere, Ashley decides to pull up with her friend, which is also Caleb's sister. I'm like, bro, what's she gonna say or do this time? But basically, she came back to apologize and be like,
I didn't want to break up.
And something like,
I thought my parents was gonna move away, so I didn't think I was gonna be able to see you again.
And some bull like that. And even for an early teen that I was at the time, I still wasn't stupid, so I didn't buy any of that. But you know that look when you listening to somebody but you ain't really listening to somebody? Yeah, that's the type of look that I had, but I kept listening, and basically she wanted me to take her back. And at the time I did think she was talking BS, and I didn't think she was telling the truth, and I thought that she found somebody better. But wait, don't tell me you got back with her and forgave her. Man, no, I ain't forgive her. I mean, listen, she got dubbed that day. I ain't gonna fake and act like I didn't, like, at least feel a little tempted. But once you do somebody like that, ain't no going back, and I kept it pushing. So after that situation, I ended up going to my room and wondered, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right choice? And should I just stay to myself and focus on me? Well, I didn't have that much time to think about it, because 3 days later, I heard Caleb, my little brother's homie, ended up beating up my ex.
Hey yo, what the?
Like, nah, that's cap. That cannot be true. Like, your boy was in denial, but when him and his sister put up to my crib and confirmed that it was true, all I saw was red, boy, and was ready to fire on bro. And I ain't talking about no gun. And something that y'all need to know is that even though bro was a lot shorter than me and 4 years younger than me, he still has some weight on him. And he used to always try to fight my brother, so that was just another reason to beat dude up. His older ratchet sister was like,
You gonna beat up a little boy that's younger than you?
and I'm like, it's the sky blue? Is water wet? Like, what you mean? And it's hilarious because how she gonna ridicule me and literally not only fight people for the most dumbest reasons, but your little brother was beating on a girl. So in my head, all that was out. And me and Kayla was face to face, and bro was talking trash.
Yeah, I beat up your girl. Yeah, what you gonna do about it, boy? What's up? What's up?
Oh, you trying to stand on business then? Okay, bet. Stand on business then. Stand on business. So basically, nothing didn't happen. like my little brother was having a panic attack. We didn't end up fighting. We just went back inside and they ended up leaving. It was one of those situations that would have you fiending for your get back, but nothing inevitably transpired in that whole predicament. I'm not a homewrecker. Trust, I'm not. But I was put into situations that had some, how should I put it? Homewrecking tendencies. Like, I'm not the one that initiates the homewrecking. But I guess I am the one that entertains it. Okay, listen. I only really had one situation where this happened. No, two situations. And it's going to be the story that I'm going to be telling in this video. Now, it's not too crazy, nothing. And there might be certain things that I might leave out. Not because I don't want y'all to understand the full context. No, not at all. But because I obviously don't want to give out the business of the people that is involved. This story takes place in the summer of 2018 when I was traveling to another part of town to see my cousins and uncle. Now, every summer I go down there and I hang out with my cousins. And today we were going to be playing basketball at the gym. Now, my cousin, I'm going to name him James for the story. Now, me and James were like brothers at this point, and funny enough, I always kind of saw him as a little bit like an older brother, at least when I got to see him from time to time. Well, because he looked older even though I was the older one. He was tall and mixed, like black and Asian type mix, so he had it all. And he was also confident and had a lot of friends too where he grew up, so it was easy to just view this dude as that guy. Basically, we walked into the gym, and when we got there, we were shooting around. We were having fun when he ended up talking to this one girl that was there. Now, me more focused on hooping, I didn't pay it no mind because my cousin was known for, well, having girls around him, so I didn't think much of it. It wasn't until he came up to me directly and was like, "Hey bro, my friend kind of thinks you're cute." And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't know what or who he was talking about. Like, I'm gonna just keep it a buck. Then he ended up pointing me towards her direction, and immediately I see this cute brown skin caramel looking girl, and my dumb teenage brain, I'm like, you should go talk to her. Nah bro, I'm not really on that right now, you feel me? Like, I don't know, I'm just focused on myself right now. But why don't you talk to her? Oh nah, me and her are just cool friends. It ain't like that for real. Oh, after we get done talking, I just go back to playing basketball and keep doing me, and eventually we end up getting ready to leave when this other girl pulls up, which was also another friend of James. Now, I'm tying my shoes when I hear,
Why his legs so skinny and hairy?
Immediately, other people start laughing in the background. I see this dark-skinned girl looking directly at me and giving me almost like this disgust look. Now, I have pretty normal looking legs. Granted, at the time I was skinnier than I am now, but for this random girl that I had never met ever to just say that out loud, it's like, bruh, come on, man. And it turns out that the girl that thought I was cute was also the sister of the girl that basically exposed me. And she was trying to stop her sister from making fun of me, but I'ma keep it a buck. I was embarrassed, and at this time I was really shy and quiet, so I wasn't really as outspoken or confident like I am now, so it low-key stung. I just keep it pushing. Me and my cousin ended up going back to the crib. Later on, my cousin ended up letting me know that there's going to be a small carnival coming up soon, we should slide, and I was like, hey. So later in that day, we ended up pulling up, and we could see a bunch of people that my cousin knew from his school, and guess who was there? The shorty that said she liked me. Also, her sister as well, but we ain't gonna speak on her. As I'm walking, she was like,
Hey, Sincere.
and I'm like, hey. And that's all I said. Like, I didn't even know her name, bro. Now, I'm gonna name her Janaya, and by her demeanor, she was what you would expect, like a very outgoing, somewhat of a party goer type of person. We ended up talking a little bit. She was a little flirty towards your boy, and not gonna lie, like, I ain't gonna act like she wasn't on your boy body, cause you know what I'm saying, she was, you feel me? So I hit her with that. With that.
What it do, flight crew?
And I'm telling you, it works every time.
Oh, I'm chilling with my girls, but what about you though, boo?
Boo? I got her calling me boo?
Got him. We fucking got it.
Listen. I'm gonna put y'all on game real quick. Hold on. If you got a girl that you just met calling you boo in the same day, yeah, you got her. You might as well plan out y'all future kids' names and put a ring on it. Not gonna lie.
Whoa, buddy. It's 2020 freaking 4, my guy. We don't put rings on boppers.
First of all, she ain't no bopper. And who in the heck? Some time flew by and everybody was leaving, and I remember leaving with my cousin and some of his friends, and I'm gonna name them Key, Brandon, and Tay. I'm gonna keep it G with y'all. When we left, I ended up not getting her number after. I know, I should have, but I was too nervous at the time, and especially being around a bunch of other people that I didn't know was also making me feel, I guess, a bit anxious. Like I said, at that point, I was super young and very shy and timid, so I didn't really talk to that many people for real, and didn't really have, I guess, real confidence till like 17, so it is what it is. But me and the homies are back at the crib and we just chopping it up when we start to talk about what just happened. I didn't know neither of these dudes as well. They were basically my cousin's friends and mine because they all went to the same school in a different part of town. But we start talking and Key says, Cali kinda bad, I might have to slide on that, you feel me?
Oh, nah, for sure. I don't know what she on though. I heard her mans were in jail. Yeah, she is. I found out yesterday.
Yup, James right, my girl told me. Oh, word. Oh, that's crazy. Oh yeah, that's right, Brandon. Ain't your girl her sister? Yeah, you talking about Janiyah, right? Janiyah? Wait, what?
Oh, I'm chilling with my girls, but what about you though, boo?
I'm not really doing nothing special, you feel me? Just hanging out with my little cuz. Yeah, that's my little cuz. You know what I'm saying? Love him to death. But no, I don't really live here for real.
Oh yeah, that is your cousin. I forgot.
Oh yeah. Facts.
Do
So
you
do
stay
you gotta-
around here? Oh, my bad. You can go.
I was gonna say, do you have a boyfriend?
Not really. Well, I mean, I'm talking to somebody, but it's not serious like that.
Oh, word? Okay, bet.
Yeah, that's the one. I knew that was her from
I'm
the
in love with a bopper.
Told you she was a bop.
What in the actual I don't know what it is for people trying to take advantage of your boy, but I can remember several times where I had incidents with unwanted altercations. Obviously, if you watch my other videos where I talk about a girl that aggressively took advantage of me when I was in the right mind of thinking, then you know that I'm not unfamiliar with situations like that. But now we're going to talk about another story where I had to go through something tragic, like really tragic. Like, something that people need to understand is that guys can be victims too, bro. Like, it's not a gender thing, I promise. Now, this story takes place some years ago in my last year of high school, and I was cool with a girl that I had previous altercations with in the past, but now we are just cool friends. Now, at this point, I was already in a relationship and couldn't be out here talking to randoms like that. Now, I'm gonna name the friend Riley for the story, and this girl was known for being one of those, and she didn't care what type of situation or relationship status that your boy was in. All she cared about was what she wanted, and this is gonna matter later in the story. So I'm at my homie's crib and we're chilling, and Riley lives across the street from my friend's crib, and she knew that I was staying over for a bit because she also was friends with my homies too, so she ended up pulling up. I let her inside and we ended up watching TV and talking about random stuff when she gets all touchy-feely, and mind you, she already knows that I'm cuffed up, and I even reminded her again. I ended up telling her that we can't be doing this and I'm in a relationship, but just like the first time that I told her, she completely disregarded everything that came out of my mouth and keeps touching me, but just more subtle, I guess. A little later, it starts to get a little dark, and my homie is more than likely asleep at this point, and I'm laying on the couch with her, and it's kind of awkward. I'm not even gonna lie. And a movie is playing. While we're watching it, she turns to me and says, "Let's do it." What? What do you mean? Let's do it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
And at this point, she starts to get closer and closer, and I knew at this point I couldn't have done much because everybody in that house was sleeping. We both were completely alone in the dark while a movie was playing. And she knew that, so she completely got even more aggressive at this point. To be honest, I knew the type of girl that I was dealing with. She wasn't the type to take no for an answer and instead threaten to hit you or hurt you in some way if she didn't get what she wanted. And she knew I obviously don't put my hands on women, so she tried to take advantage. So, knowing all of that, I sneakily took my phone out and recorded some of the conversation and tried to play along temporarily because I knew if I did it, then I wouldn't have no proof. And before I show y'all the audio, it's strictly out to show that guys can be victims, and it's not to expose or make anyone look like a bad person. I don't feel disgust or anything towards the person, and the audio will be slightly more to not expose the person's voice.
Hey, you wildin' right now, you know that?
Yeah, but I don't care. So give me what I want.
What you want?
Before I kill you.
What you? Hey, chill out, bro. Hey, what you want though?
This is what I'm talking about. Don't get it.
Nah, don't come back here. What you trying to do?
I told you.
You told me what?
If you ain't trying to get
Now in the recording, we was slightly playing around and she obviously didn't want to put your boy in the dirt. But regardless, I was still in a relationship, and trust me, I was terrified because I knew that I couldn't afford to get on her bad side, because just one false allegation is enough to ruin somebody's life in a matter of seconds. And she is known to be unpredictable, so I kept my composure and I tried to be as calm and as friendly as possible, and I somehow was able to stop her. Fast forward the next day, and she ended up going home, and I eventually left my friend's house too, and I haven't seen her much since that incident. The situation was on my mind for a while, but I tried to push through it because, hey, I'm a dude and that's just what happens, I guess. I mean, it wasn't the first time, and I haven't thought about the situation again till today. But what makes this even more weird and unsettling, and just might be the most predatory thing about this story, is that during that night, being there with Riley when she did what she did, that same night, after some time had passed when I thought I was completely alone, I slightly woke up from my sleep and could see her laying on the same bed that I was laying on, even after I told her to leave. But this time, she only had shorts on with a white long tee compared to what she had on before. But what's even crazier is that while she's there, I noticed that my shorts were pulled down, and I'm talking about to my thigh. Now, I'm not necessarily implying that she, you know, but what I do know is that I had a fan by my face that was on blast. TV was playing with a relatively low volume, somewhat of a heavy sleeper at the time, so it was pretty hard for me to just wake up without a very loud noise. So she could have easily done what she wanted, did what she felt for her was right, and I wouldn't even have noticed.